Hello, this is Watch All About with another review video, and in this video we're not looking at a watch itself but rather another watch accessory. Now I don't know about you, but I love any geeky sort of watch based accessory, and in this video we're looking at something that I feel is one of the coolest accessories available today. So Nite are a UK based watch brand who specialise in tritium illumination on all of their watch models, and I've reviewed a few of them. But what is tritium illumination? Well, tritium is a gas which is also known as super heavy hydrogen. It emits electrons through beta decay, and when those electrons interact with a phosphorus material, a fluorescent light is created that can last up to 20 years. It's a cold illumination which is completely self-powered, which makes it an extremely reliable light source. So first of all, that's pretty cool. It doesn't glow as bright as charged lume, however, but of course it doesn't require any sort of charging at all. So for instance, if you were to put a watch with tritium illumination and a Seiko next to it, both of them in a drawer, kept them in the dark for about a month, if you opened up the drawer, the tritium illumination watch would just be glowing as normal because it doesn't require any charging. However, the Seiko would probably have no lume charge at all because it's been in the dark. So that's one cool thing about it. So when Nite first announced these pretty cute and awesome tritium keyrings, I immediately fell in love with them. You know, as a full-on watch nerd, having a jumbo tritium tube attached to my car keys sounded pretty darn epic. Sadly, they sold out so quickly, 2 batches straight away, so I didn't get a chance to get my grubby mitts on them immediately. However, now I'm the proud owner of a green and an ice blue tritium keyring. So let's discuss them in further detail to see if they are the perfect watch enthusiast's gift. So it's first good to note the specification. So price wise, these will cost you £18 each. So yes, it's not cheap for a keyring. However, we'll discuss, you know, the features of it and why it's probably a pretty cool thing for that price. So 18 quid. The dimensions: 40mm in height. We have a 10mm diameter as well. Obviously it's a cylinder, so there is no necessarily depth or width, it's all the same. And finally the weight. You know, we've not got many specs about this. Weight is 7 grams, so pretty nice and lightweight actually. It's not too heavy that you need to be a muscle man to attach it to your keys and be able to weigh it, but it's, you know, it feels all right. It feels good quality on when you're holding it. So simplicity I find is always best, and as you can see, there's not a whole lot to them. They do exactly what they need to do. They show off this big fat tritium tube, and at the top and the bottom they've got polished ends and really nice little knurled grip around the outer edge as well. And obviously we have this hole in the top section as well for this provided split ring. So it is very easy basically to get it in the post, slap it on your car keys straight away. The size is pretty good as well. You know, it's big enough to be a feature on your keyring, but not too big or too small really. I find it just the right size, you know, for an effective and eye-catching and keyring, and like a feature as well, because you want keyrings to be features at the end of the day, don't you? So the central section, which does contain the tritium tube, does seem to be a bit of a clear perspex, or a plastic. Obviously it would be nice if it was like a glass or something, but that wouldn't necessarily be practical. So, you know, it doesn't feel cheap, or it doesn't look cheap, but you can tell that it is perspex or plastic. So talking about the illumination then, well, in broad daylight, you may just feel like these are just, you know, basically coloured tubes. I mean, you can't necessarily see the illumination that much straight off, can you? Even in semi-dark, you know, you do start noticing them, but they don't glow too brightly. However, as soon as it is full-on dark, they really come into their own, and especially in pitch black, they glow incredibly bright. You'd have to be blind to miss them, in fact. The first day I received them, I opened them up, I was like, oh yeah, I love these, awesome. I put them on my dressing table in the bedroom, and I just left them there. definitely a mistake, because when I went to bed that night, we turned the lights off. They were glowing on the side there so bright, they literally lit up a corner of that room, and they were so bright I had to put them in a drawer basically, because they were lighting up the room that much. So that was quite impressive. Even when I put them in the drawer, you can sort of see around the crack of the drawer gap, you could see the illumination coming through. So with one of these strapped onto your keys, you know, in the dark, there's no chance of misplacing your keys. So there is definitely a big plus in terms of functionality to them. They will do a very good job. So I actually asked them about the T rating as well. So the tritium tubes on all of Nite's watches have a T rating, a T25 or T100 they have. These aren't rated in the same manner, but they have a maximum activity of 13.6 gigabecquerel. And a becquerel is a measurement of radioactivity. Now, I have no idea what that means. So if you are a radioactive scientist, please let me know if that is dangerous, if I'm going to end up with no hand like I've been in the Chernobyl incident. So hopefully it's perfectly safe. You know, you'd be pretty certain that they are completely safe, otherwise they wouldn't be able to sell these as accessories. So as you can see, I've put them on a couple of key rings now. So I've borrowed a couple of very nice keys from one of my friends. Here's an Aston Martin service key. These are a little bit more luxurious than my car keys, because I'm sure you wouldn't want to see them on a Fiat or a Renault car key, for instance. So this is on a very cool Aston Martin service key, and as you can see, it looks pretty good. You know, no complaints there at all. And if we have a look at the other car key set, this is a bit more exciting. This is a Ferrari car key set. As you can see there, that's the ice blue one. Again, fits nicely, size is good, the quality looks good as well against other nice quality items on your keyring. And, you know, it's just a really good size. And in the dark, that will obviously illuminate these keys very well indeed. So there is a practical side of them. So how do I feel about these little Nite Tritium Keyrings? Well, as I mentioned in the introduction, if you're like me and you love all sorts of watch-based merchandise, then this is definitely worth considering. Yes, £18 may seem steep for, you know, what is in reality just a keyring, but when you consider the practical value of them, and, you know, just the fact that they are tubes of radiation providing self-powered illumination for 20 years, it's not that bad really, is it? In fact, it's pretty cool. And 18 quid, yeah, it's not a whole lot really at the end of the day. And I think in reality it is the perfect gift for a watch enthusiast, because it's something a little bit different. It has great practical value as well. Yes, you could get them something boring like another strap or another leather travel case or a watch roll. This is something that I've never ever seen before, and that's why it caught my eye immediately and why I had to buy one straight away. So hopefully, you know, after seeing this, you will also think, damn, that is pretty cool, I want to get one as well. Let me tell you, you won't be disappointed. So before we head off, I just want to show you it in a little bit closer detail, just the quality of the knurling there. And we can see the actual tube itself. So again, very nice manufacturing. And if I just close up my hand a little bit, you can see it's sort of starting to glow, and we're talking in broad daylight, which is pretty cool. Okay, so there we go. So this was the Nite Tritium Keyring. Thank you for watching, guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and also comment your thoughts below. See you around next time. Bye bye.